Welcome to the Healthy and Wealthy and Wise podcast with global sales trainer and professional speaker, Lois Kofi. Each week, it is her goal to share inspiration and education for you to be, do, have the best health and wealth and wisdom for your life.
Woohoo! We made it! We're live! All right, guys. Happy Friday. This is Coach Lois with a little bit of a different intro than I normally like to do because live streaming has been fun this week, let me tell you. But anyway, welcome to my Friday live stream of Healthy and Wealthy and Wise. I'm your host, Coach Lois, here in San Diego, California, enjoying beautiful 80-degree weather right now. I have an amazing guest today, and I just want to acknowledge you guys for showing up on the live. If you are listening to this on the replay, you got to come in where it's fun, where all of the guests are, where Barrett is, a lot of like-minded people who are looking to live their best life, their best health, their best wealth, and their best wisdom. I was just talking to someone today about, money doesn't buy you happiness, right? There's so much more to life. And so even though this is a podcast on entrepreneurship, and just got the notice, Facebook is not streaming. So just letting y'all know this is on YouTube. So hopefully you guys can find us on YouTube. Great. We have someone here. Feel free to comment below if you're watching #live, or if you're watching the replay, #replay. Due to technical difficulties, we're not on Facebook, but I'm going to fix that here soon. So really, we want to engage people in quality conversations, and boy, do I have one for you guys today. So I have my friend Barrett Matthews, and he's here to talk about some really powerful stuff today, a lot about mistakes that marketers make when marketing their business to people. And so, Barrett, you are known as the media boss. You're an authority on execution, productivity, and media. And not only that, I have to say this about you, you're very humble. Like, you have such an amazing resume, but most people would never know it, which when I think of media, 'cause I went to college for TV and radio, there's not a lot of humble people in that industry, right? And to add to that, you were just named the royal liaison to a king in Ghana because of your marketing expertise. So you got to tell us a little bit more about your story. How did you become known as the media boss? And oh my gosh, what's going on with the king in Ghana?
Well, yeah, those are two different stories. Actually, the media boss is actually a friend of mine who's a marketing and branding guru by the name of Trevor Otts. He knows my experience. I worked with CBS Sports. I've worked on radio, television. He actually had me host and produce an online radio show he did. And he says, I have you do it because you're the one I work with real media experience. And he said, people need to know you as the media boss. So I said, okay, that's what I will start branding myself as. And I started branding myself as that a couple of years ago. And it's kind of taken on a life of its own. But I have, and it started out with just with podcasting, but it's grown into so many things. There's, print media, social media, and broadcast media, even film as well. So that's where that came from. And also, a little before that time, I was at an event in Detroit, and it was called Black Belt Speakers. A good friend of mine, Dr. Ruben West, he was a speaker trainer, and I went to this event to learn more about speaking publicly and so forth. Little did I know that a gentleman by the name of Dr. Clyde Rivers, who we'd had on this radio show before, was there, and Dr. Rivers was giving away awards to people. And most of the people knew they were getting awards, but then they came for that. I was just there to learn. But next thing I know, Dr. West gives up and introduces this person who they say is a great leader, and he's done so much for other people and so forth. And then they say, Barrett Matthews. And I'm like, what? And they called my name up, and they gave me this award for diplomacy and leadership, which I was humbled, very, very humbled. You talk about me being humble, but I was humbled by it. But I still didn't realize the magnitude of this award that it had given me. And Dr. West told me, ask Dr. Rivers about this award. And I found out that presidents of nations were giving us awards from all over the world were giving us award. And I was just really humbled. So then I met with him 2020, right around when COVID was hitting. And he said to me, I want you to write a book on execution and how it can be used in the in the world. He said, and what we can probably do is get you an honorary doctorate and put that in some of the colleges in Ghana and Kenya. And I honestly, Lois, I said, yeah, okay, whatever. So I did the book, and right when actually this happened a year before COVID. So then I wrote the book. Then right when COVID was hitting, I was taking a walk, just getting some air. My phone dings, and it's a picture of an honorary doctorate degree, and with my name on it. And then there was also a picture of a certificate saying that I was being named a World Civility Ambassador by an organization that Dr. Rivers has called I Change Nations, where they promote civility around the world. And I'm like floored by this. I'm like truly, truly humbled by this. And then last year actually, he actually was letting me know, because we were talking about some other things that we wanted to do. And then he said, no, I got some bigger news for you. I'm going to be named a king in a region of Ghana of 56 cities, 4 million people. I'm like, what? And he said, I want you working with me. Wow. I'm like, really? And he said, yeah, I want you working with me because of your skill and your leadership. I want you working with me. And so then I entered a diplomacy training program that he put together, because he wants to make sure if you're coming over there and you're going to be working for the throne, you have to have some diplomacy in doing so. And so I went through the training, and he had me put together a proposal for an initiative that I want to do. And what I want to do is teach media, but teach media in a positive light. As you know, in the U.S., we get a lot of sensationalism and propaganda. And what I want to do is teach media in a way that if we start out positive in the media, then the public can start treating people better as well. So that's what I proposed, and he loved it, and he's ready for me to start implementing that. So that's how that came to be.
Wow. And I want to give a quick shout out. And again, apologies to those that normally this is supposed to be streaming live on Facebook, working with issues of StreamYard. But at least we got Donna Willis from Houston, Texas, tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. I know this is music to her ears, as well as a lot of people in my community. And I actually got out of the media industry because it was so toxic. It was so cutthroat. It was so negative. Like, I can't even watch the news, even Facebook ads and stuff don't work on me, because it's just like an interruption to my day. And oftentimes it's not really that positive. It's based on fear.
Well, there's an expression, and you probably heard it before. It says, if it bleeds, it leads.
Yep. Oh yeah. My first job out of college was an associate producer at a TV station. And that's, we just listened to scanners and only were looking for death, fire, destruction.
They still do.
I know. So I'm so honored. And I want to point that out really quickly. I posted something today on Facebook because I was talking to another coaching colleague, and we said, if you give service and come from a place of heart-centered, we're going into Valentine's Day weekend here, so this goes well with the theme of love versus fear. If you give service, a lot of people live in scarcity when it comes to sales and marketing. I think you would agree with that. And they feel like they have to do the whole FOMO thing, the fear of missing out, and all of these, Black Friday sales and all these push, which is why a lot of people struggle with sales, right? Because they don't want to be seen as that person, but we oftentimes forget, because we're so programmed around us, that sales is service, marketing is service, and coming from a place of love and humility, like you do, I gotta believe, is the cornerstone of your success. Would you?
Yeah, and it's funny because someone asked me about that recently. They saw there was that in the past I'd done some work with some people that they don't care for, and they said, "But how are you so different than them?" And I said, "I was raised this way. It doesn't matter who I come in contact with. I remain me." So it doesn't, because if someone has something of value and you may find that they did something wrong to you, I mean, of course, I wish that they hadn't done that to you. And depending on what it is, I may not do business with them myself. But the thing is, it doesn't change who I am. And I give, my parents credit, and the village that raised me credit for making me of someone who's, I think I'm an honorable person. I think I do have integrity. And what's funny though, even I'm not naming names, but the person who they said they didn't like working with, when that person was asked about me, they said that, well, Barrett has integrity. And so so that person even said that about me, that Barrett has integrity. So that's one of the things that I try to uphold. And, there's always been people that try to tempt you to do something that is unethical or not integrous, but I try to make sure that I stay in the lane that I'm supposed to be in.
I love that. Well, I know we're sort of leading in. This is a great transition because first we talked about coming from a servant heart and coming from honesty, integrity, and humility. That's a foundational thing that oftentimes gets lost because everyone in marketing and sales, and you and I both know this, they're looking for the tactics. They're looking for the magic pill, right? They're looking for the
yes.
Get rich quick, right? And so besides all that, what are the most common mistakes that you see business owners making in marketing their business?
Well, it's funny because one of the biggest mistakes that they make is they don't know who their audience is. They don't know. And you've heard this before. People say, oh, I serve everybody. If you serve everybody, you serve nobody. Yeah. And so that I'm just making that clear to some of you. I might have stepped on your toe by saying that, but it's the truth. If you serve everybody, you serve nobody, because nobody serves everybody. And now, knowing who your market is, when I say who your market is, I mean, who are the people that are going to pay you? Who are the people that want your service and that are willing to invest in themselves, not in you, invest in themselves enough to pay you for that service that you offer? A lot of us, we want to have a big list of people, but these are really not our clients. These are just a list of people. So that is not your audience. Those are just people that are in your list. So if they're not people that are going to be willing to pay you, understand that is not your audience. So that's one of the first mistakes, knowing who your audience is. The next one is knowing where your audience is. Knowing where your audience is. And I say this because in what I do in working with people in media, I try to make it clear to people that your audience is just not in your community. Your audience is just not in your city, your state, even your country. There are people all over the world who want to pay you for your service, but a lot of us don't know they exist, and they don't know you exist. And we don't even know where they are because a lot of us have not done the research. That's an important point. The research in knowing where the people are who need us. I hear so many people, so many business owners talk about how great their service is and how it can help so many people, but they've done no research in finding out where all these people are. And if you don't know where they are, how do you know that it can serve so many people? I think sometimes that's a catchphrase that we put out there. It can serve everybody. It can help so many people. Well, where are these people? I mean, find them. Let them know you're there. Let them know you exist. Now, that leads me to the third thing that a lot of people do. One of the biggest mistakes is we do what I call ego-based marketing, meaning that we market where it's convenient for us. Now, what do I mean by that? You heard me just mention knowing where your audience is. So, for instance, this is a podcast. There's a good audience here that likes to listen to this podcast, that likes to watch this podcast. But there may be someone over, I'll say in Ghana, who doesn't want to listen to podcasts, but they love the information, but they may like reading books. They may want to pay you, but they like reading books. That's not their form of media. If you don't have a book, you're missing that audience. Now, there may be an audience in China who likes watching documentaries on business owners. That tells them more about the human side. If you don't have a documentary, you're missing that audience. There may be someone who likes social media, and if you don't have a social media presence, you're missing that audience. My point to you is we tend to put out media to attract audiences that's comfortable to us, because that's where our ego is feeling safe and comfortable. Meaning that if a person is, I don't know, a TV broadcaster, and they have a streaming TV network, streaming TV channel, and that's where they're comfortable. They love doing that, and that's what they put out to their audience. And they didn't find out who wants to listen to a podcast, who wants to watch a film, who wants to watch a book. They're missing audience because they're doing what's comfortable to them and not as what's comfortable to their audience, because it's not about us. It never was about us. It's about our audience and where they're comfortable. If they're comfortable, guess what they're going to do? They're going to pay you for your service because they feel good there. But if you're worried about what makes you comfortable and not them, they're not going to feel comfortable enough to pay you. And also, they may not even learn that you exist and that your service is there for them. So those are some of the common mistakes that I see. And one other one is that, and Lois is an expert at this. I'm telling you guys, Lois is an expert at this because we have to go after in things in order when we're dealing with clients that we want to get. And my friend, he calls it IM. Go after the information first. That's the I. Then go after an action second. And that could be plugging into a free event that you have. And third, go after the money. I am information, action, then money. A lot of us want to go after the money first. How many times have we been bombarded with people who don't even know us? They try to get us to buy something right off the bat. We get social media text messages. We get them all the time because they go about it the wrong way. And my friend, what he says is that if you get that out of order, you lose 80% of your profits. Because we're going after them in the wrong order. Get the information first. That's why you see people permission-based marketing. You see us going after getting the landing page so that we can get some information on them. Then we can invite them to take an action of some sort. And then after we get them to take an action, now they're following us. Now they're engaging with us. Then we can talk to them about buying something we have to offer. But so many of us are going after the money first, and we get it out of order, and we lose those people because they have no respect for what we do, and they see no integrity in what we do. So, Lois, those are the things that I see as far as some of the biggest mistakes that people make in marketing themselves.
That was powerful. I took a lot of notes.
Thank you.
And so much content there, so little time. I do have a couple questions,
Sure.
if I may. And I know if you guys are watching, I know this is right now, Donna, if you have any questions for Barrett, please, this is the opportunity. This is why I do live podcasting, so that you guys can have access to the guest speakers. So the who, the audience, the target market, that is, I think a lot of people, struggle with that. The where, and I'd like to know what you have advice for on researching, because you talked about a lot of different, I call them lead magnets, right? You have the books, the podcasts, and a lot of times I think people just don't know even where to begin, right? And you can't do 3 or 4 all at once. At least that's what I learned, and what I teach people. So how do people do that research to find where their target market is?
It's simpler than people think. Google. You can actually Google where searches are coming from, where people are searching for different topics. If you know that they're interested in that topic and you find out what region it is, you know who has interest in it. For instance, let's use podcasting. Korea has the biggest population for people that are interested in podcasting. A lot of people don't know that, but Korea the U.S. is not even in the top 3. But the thing is, Korea is a big region for people that are interested in podcasting. Well, at least now you know that that's an area that you can target. Will you get something out of it? I don't know. But at least you know that region is high in popularity for people that are interested in podcasting. But it's just one of those things that if you look it up, if you Google it, you'll find, and you can do, we all know you can do Google searches for regions that are high in this area, high in what area, who listens to what, who reads what in certain areas. If you find out where those audiences are, it doesn't. Now, keep in mind, I'm not saying that these are people that are interested in what you have. They're interested in the topic. They're interested in what it is that you bring to the table, the overall topic. So if they're interested in that topic, you may be able to make them a client if you go after them by the information, action, and then money method, the IM method. But you may make them one of your clients by doing that. So did I lose you, Lois? I think I might have lost Lois. And if I did, I will keep talking here because I got your back. So one of the things that I want to make sure that it's clear to you is that you can, and I will go in a little bit further when Lois gets back, is a way that you can go about incorporating all of those forms of media for your business, that you can do that. But the main thing, in order to find that audience, just search it. Who in this area, who in what region? You can just go by continent and just find out, how many. I've done that about streaming television. I said, I wanted to know in Africa, how many people are looking into streaming television, and it gives a whole lot of information there. But if you actually look it up, and whatever your area of expertise is, you can find information.
I love it. And you said something I've never heard someone say, very intriguing to me: ego-based marketing. How can someone avoid ego-based marketing?
By asking your audience what they want. Ask the audience what they want. I had this pointed out to me a while ago that it was kind of funny that I'm sorry if I step on toes when I say this, but for instance, if you were to hire a realtor, what do you want that realtor to do for you, Lois?
Help me. I mean, that's a huge financial investment, first of all, right? So I want them to be a consultant to help me achieve my dream of buying that ideal home or investment property.
Exactly. But what do most realtors have on their business card?
Their picture.
Their picture.
Their designation. Their designations. All of the things.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But you want them to help you sell a house, and they have a picture of themselves.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I want to see a house. I want to see a luxury house or something that, okay, this is what I'm looking at. I don't care what you look like. So what is my client looking for? Is my client looking for a house, or are they looking for me? So, and I say that, so that's what I call ego-based marketing. Now, I might have stepped on some toes there. I'm sorry, but think about it. And then when you look at your business, what do your clients want? If you find out what they want and how they want to receive it, you can actually give it to them in a way that they like. People are going to buy from you if they like. For instance, if you like going to McDonald's for the drive-through, and a McDonald's doesn't have a drive-through, you may not go to McDonald's that day, because that's the way you like to make your purchase. And that's why McDonald's is doing that, because the biggest commodity in the world is convenience. People will pay for convenience. If you don't make it convenient for your client to get service from you, they will go somewhere else. So that's why I say that ego-based marketing, don't make it about you. Make it about what they want and how they want to receive it.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that so much, because I was a realtor, so I can identify with that. So yeah, I know you do 5-day. Yeah. Oh, it's conditioning. It's conditioning. For sure. So do you have anything? I know you have 5-day challenges. You have a lot of knowledge to share. So do you have something for our audience today to help them in doing these things that we talked about today?
Yeah, because I covered a lot. So I next week on the 15th through the 17th, I'm doing a Profit and Passion virtual summit. It's a 3-day summit. It's complimentary. You just go and register, profitandpassionvirtualsummit.com. That's simple. And so what it is it's 3 days of training, not just from me, but I have about 25 different trainers and speakers in certain areas. So the first day is going to be on systems and processes, how to put those together for your business. I have some great speakers, and I have a special guest. I told you I used to work in television. If you know anything about sports broadcasting, Hall of Fame broadcaster Brent Musburger makes a cameo appearance to say hello. Yeah, I used to work with him years and years ago. And so Brent was nice enough to do that for me. Now, that's day one. We're talking about system and processes. Since day two, we're talking about sales and marketing. I have some of the top marketing and sales people in the world. One of them is actually made Russell Brunson millions of dollars. Just and he actually is Russell Brunson's sales coach, just to let you know how big that is. And day 3, it's all about becoming a media boss yourself. I mentioned to you Sir Clyde Rivers, who has been named the king in Ghana. He is actually giving a keynote presentation on day number 3. So I have an actual king giving a presentation to you on day 3. It's all you have to do is go to profitandpassionvirtualsummit.com. That's a 3-day summit coming next week. Then the week after that, you mentioned how difficult it might be for someone to implement all those forms of media. Well, I have my 5-day Make Money from Media Challenge on the 21st through the 25th. Now, that challenge is going to show you how to do those things. Now, Lois is going to put a link there for you so that you can actually sign up for it. She's going to put a link in the show notes for you guys so you can sign up for this challenge. I urge you to sign up for the VIP, because my VIPs, you have a chance to win a free iPad. I'm giving away 2 iPads for the VIPs. So the first one to sign up is going to get one as a VIP. And then day 2, I'm raffling off an iPad. So somebody's going to give it. It's only for the VIPs. And the VIPs get more attention. They're going to get more perks in it. They're going to get more training and so forth. But they also get to ask me questions throughout the 5-day challenge. So it's a Make Money from Media Challenge. And I'm going to show you how to put all of those different forms of media in place all at once, so that you don't have to piecemeal them. You don't have to wonder how it's going to get done. I'll show you how to do that so that you can do that yourself and have all those things in place. So first, I have the Profit and Passion Virtual Summit coming up next week on the 15th through the 17th. And then on the 21st through the 25th, I have my Make Money from Media Challenge coming up the 21st through the 25th. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there. Hopefully, guys, you can attend, and I'm just happy to be able to at least share a little bit to you today.
I love that. And take a look at the screen. Did I type that right? Profit and Passion Virtual.
That is perfect.
Okay. And then Make Money from Media Challenge. So yes, guys, I will have, because the summits, the timing is perfect, because I will be having this list will come out on iTunes and stuff by Monday, the 14th. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. And then your Make Money from Media Challenge will be the week after. So plenty of time, but don't wait. Take action, guys, because what he shared is so filled with heart and humility and execution and results, the best of the best combination. So I just have a couple of quick announcements, and then I have one last question for you, Barrett, before we wrap up this show. Just wanted to remind you guys, in honor of Valentine's Day, in honor of my brand new and improved membership subscription, Ko-fi Sales Formula Inner Circle membership, I have a 30-day free membership offer, completely free. It's really almost a $2,000 value a month because you get lots of time with Lois. People come for the coaching, for improved lead generation mindset, sales mastery, but they stay for the community. My vision is to build this to be 1,000 people. Barrett's there, so you get to hang out with Barrett on a weekly basis if you choose. We roll up our sleeves. We do live lead generation and Q&A, and it's a ton of fun. Okay, Facebook community. So you get it for free for 30 days. And then it's a subscription you can cancel at any time or not stick around. I'm totally cool with that. So that's my Valentine's Day gift to you. Got to sign up on or before February 28th, though, because after that, the free offer goes away. So just go to loiskofi.com/membership. And I'm always open, Barrett, if you want to give your thoughts on how that program has been for you. And then I have one final question for you. So did you want to share anything?
One of the things that I have to say is working with Lois has been a blessing. It's a godsend. I tell you guys, if you're teetering or wondering if you should do it, don't do that. Just take action. One of the, I'm serious. If you take action and work with, first of all, it's free for February. Duh. You can't beat free. And like she mentioned, the value is worth so much. I've gotten more business. I've made more sales just by working with Lois. And I recommend that to you. And just for those who are thinking about coming into my VIP for my challenge, the VIPs, part of it is I put in there that you're going to get to work with Lois as well, because I'm going to have her helping you guys to generate leads. So just saying, you want to work with her.
I love it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's always better to hear other people's feedback than me tooting my own horn. So I appreciate you
Sure.
very much. So, and excited to partner with you. That's what this is all about, is relationships, partnership, and helping, a rising tide lifts all ships. So guys, please take advantage of his amazing free summit. And of course, the 5-day challenge is going to be incredible. My last question to you that I love to ask all of my guests at the close of the show is this, Barrett: when you hear the phrase healthy and wealthy and wise, what does that mean to you personally?
Well, that's my life. I mean, especially, and you know this, someone just recovering from COVID, it means even more than it had before. Being healthy is so important. I tell myself that I do my best to make myself healthy. I don't always do my best. That's not true, but I do things to make myself healthy. I'll put it that way. And I think one of the things that helped me to recover quickly from COVID is that I have been, since COVID was announced and I knew that it attacked my respiratory system, I started running about 3 to 5 days a week just to make my lungs and heart work. And I think that helped me a great deal in dealing with that. Wealth is not just about money, because your health is your wealth. And I have become more appreciative of the health that I have. I'm grateful. I pray, and I'm so thankful every morning just to be able to not only just get up, but to even have my right mind about me. And that goes into being wise. I'm able to share what I have with other people and hopefully impart something that can help them to grow and to help them become better people, as I strive to do every day.
I love it. And I'm glad you're better. You're feeling better. And
yeah,
it is a great season of life to really be grateful and not take your health for granted. So thank you so much for being with us today. And guys, if you saw value, please hit the share button, or if you're in iTunes later, you can share from iTunes, you can share from YouTube, wherever you're seeing this later. And super excited to have you're actually my final guest for the month. Just wanted to reiterate to you guys, a little change up for the Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise is I really missed my monologue episodes. So we won't have another guest until the first Friday in March. And I do want to share with you, it's a special guest, not necessarily a quote unquote business expert or health expert. We're going to be talking about sex trafficking, a woman who has a very powerful story. So I'm bringing in someone who has an amazing heart and a huge story and wanting to get the word out about her nonprofit. So that's going to be March 4th. But the next 2 Fridays, we're going to be just having me. And we're going to be talking about mindset. We're going to be talking about how releasing trauma in my life last year and the past 2 years and this journey of COVID has taught me a lot about sales, a lot about health, a lot about wealth, and has helped me gain a lot of wisdom. So I just wanted to be able to let you guys know next week it'll be just me, but I'm looking forward to seeing you guys hopefully back on Facebook Live. But if not, here on YouTube. So until then, guys, here's to your best health, your best wealth, and your best wisdom. Thanks, Barrett. See you guys.
Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe, refer a friend, and please drop me a rating or a review. If you do that, I'll reward you with a free 20-minute free coaching session on crafting your journey to your best self. Reach out to me at lois@loiscoffee.com to claim your 20-minute slot. Until next time, be healthy, wealthy, and wise.